thank you very much for having me today. It's a pleasure to meet you all. So hopefully you can see my screen. Yeah. So I talk today a little bit to you about Industry 4.0 as an innovation catalyst for sustainability. And thanks for ENOV to preparing the stage from a UN SDG perspective. I will come back to this in a minute. So I have 5 slides for you. I will talk a little bit about Industry 4.0, its innovation dimensions, then specifically about business model and operating model innovation. And if you're interested, how you can get involved with us from the MIT Club of Germany. So what's Industry 4.0? I think Industry 4.0 is a term which was created by the organization called Platform Industry 4.0. And this is an industry association that was brought to life by the German government to help manufacturers becoming more competitive through digital technologies. And so Platform Industry.0 as an industry association, as a network, as an ecosystem, as a collaboration or partnership, if you would like, has a couple of things that they do. In research and innovation, they created a network of labs where digital players, manufacturers, and academia work together new innovations around Industry 4.0. They created reference architecture and standards because, as you will see later in my talk, the lack of standards in the industrial space is quite an obstacle for innovation and progress. And they also do some stuff around education and training with webinars and also white papers. Now, I think Industry 4.0 is usually divided in 3 different domains: the factories where stuff is produced, you are familiar with that probably, but also the digital supply chain upstream and downstream of the factory, and also connected products through the life cycle from design to use. And I mean, you probably think Industry 4.0 is only about discrete manufacturing, and that's how it started in Germany, that's how it started, but actually it expanded to other industries and other parts of the world. Indeed, Industry 4.0 for a couple of years is now a big topic in the mining industry in Australia, where I spent a big part of the last 10 years before I came back to Germany. So the innovation dimensions from Industry 4.0, we have the operating model innovation stuff where we talk about business process optimization, digital twins, the convergence of IT and OT. OT stands for operational technology. And on the other side, we have business model innovation with new revenue streams. We heard a lot about data today already, product as a service, reconfiguration, new partnership models in the supply chain is also part of business model innovation. So in the next 2 slides, I will dive into these 2 innovation dimensions. First, business model innovation in the context of sustainability now. So we move from the pure Industry 4.0 perspective to the sustainability aspect. When I talk about business model, there is a tool called the Business Model Canvas from Alexander Osterwalder, very popular in the startup space. So I use this structure when I talk about business model. And we heard from Enoch already about the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So I picked out 3 areas of the business model. I know you cannot see it, so believe me, it's key resources, value proposition, and customer relations. So in the resources space, you can reduce your resource consumption, also the waste through the use of digital technology, for example, improving product quality. You can enable new value proposition through leveraging sustainability data. And I will dive in this topic a little bit more deeper in the next slide. And you can also build better customer relationships through offering value beyond traditional industrial measures like profit or efficiency. For example, you can also say the reduction of a CO2 footprint. So a machine with a lower CO2 footprint, that's a new value proposition, beside how much widgets it produces every hour, for example. If you are more interested in business model innovation and sustainability, check out this white paper from Platform Industry 4.0. They have 10 propositions on this topic. You can download it from their website. Now, operating model innovation. Again, I look at specifically around sustainability data through the convergence of IT and OT. Why is this an issue? Because data you need, sustainability data you need, sits in a lot of different systems. I think those of you who know a little bit about the IT space know data is exchanged between different systems in the IT world, and we spent approximately 20 years to make this very easy through internet protocols, through standard data formats. But in the operation technology space, in industrial automation, where sensors and IoT have been around for 20, 30 years already, it's a mess. Yeah, there's a lot of proprietary protocol standards and a lot of system silos. So what Platform Industry 4.0 did is they created something they call the asset administration shell. It's like a wrapper around the different cyber physical systems, like a machine, like a robot, and it comes with a set of standard data models and standard protocols, and it's also the ability to store data, for example, about the CO2 footprint of a machine. And one example is the Container X network, where many global players in the automotive industry came together to essentially create a data exchange between companies along the supply chain, including CO2 footprint data. Okay. So now coming to the last slide before I give back to Omar. If you want to get involved, the MIT Club of Germany has created a digital sustainability working group. You can join on LinkedIn, and it's just some of the organizations at MIT and also in the corporate space and academia that we are collaborating with. So thank you very much for your time and your attention, and I'm giving back to Omar.